Governor Evers' final State of the State address. He spent quite a bit of time taking credit for the bipartisan work that we were able to successfully accomplish. The tax cuts that he talked about, only because the Republican legislature enacted them with his signature. The investments that we made in roads and schools and special education, all important things done on a bipartisan basis. I was just quickly scanning the response that he sent to our latest proposal. It sounds like he is willing to sit down and talk, but he is trying to draw bright lines in the sand. That is not something I've ever found to be productive. We need to be able to sit down and talk about things that are important to both the legislature, the taxpayers, and the governor. It should not be a my way or the highway type negotiation. So I'm optimistic we can sit down tomorrow, talk about the things that are important for the governor to invest in public education, which our plan did, actually more money than he requested, but also making sure that we give meaningful tax relief to the citizens who have obviously overpaid and are struggling to deal with the rising costs all across the economy. So hopefully we'll have more stuff tomorrow.
You just got this response?
I just got it 30 seconds ago.
What is he demanding?
He is demanding exactly what he proposed. So if you remember, he wanted money for special ed. We agreed we would do that. He wanted money for property tax relief. There's two ways to do it. The school levy credit, which we proposed, is actually bigger than his proposal. And then we also put other things in that he's wanted, which is funding for SNAP positions, making sure that we have funding for disaster relief, and an income tax rebate for every single person in the state who pays income taxes. So seems to me we tried very hard to reach in the middle. Now it's the governor's job, after a pretty partisan speech, to actually figure out how he's going to get to the middle like we are.
What does he want that you're not? Is that something you'd be willing to be flexible on?
I'm sorry, what was that?
The general legalization aid, would you be willing to take from some of the school levy tax credit to?
I mean, we could certainly look at that, but again, they basically accomplish the same thing. They don't result in any more money for schools to spend. It's just how we give property tax relief. The way that we did it guarantees that everybody in Wisconsin gets some property tax relief. Under his plan, only a few people get property tax relief. So we think a wide-ranging one is certainly better, but we're always open to hearing his argument.
What do you think?
I mean, it's possible, but again, I feel like we already went above and beyond what he requested. It certainly seems like we are trying really hard to get to the middle, but he has to come our way too.
What are you not willing to budge on?
I mean, I'm willing to listen to any argument. I mean, I think he makes a mistake by drawing a bright line in the sand and saying it has to be exactly my way or I walk away from the table. We don't want to walk away from the table. We are trying to be as open-minded and as all-encompassing as we could be. So hopefully he feels the same way after hearing the response tonight.
Is it likely that they'll reach some kind of deal before the end of the session here?
I'm an optimist, right? That's why we sent the letter on Sunday. Frankly, I'm very disappointed that rather than taking the time to say we had all day Monday to talk, we had all day Tuesday, he chose to use this in a partisan speech and then give us the response afterward. It doesn't make me feel like he's serious, and that's really disappointing because we sure are. Correct. No, it's 450. Yeah, so ours was actually higher than his number.
I mean, so what's the big sticking point here from what the governor is saying? He said tonight that this plan, what you offered, is not good enough.
Well, you'd have to ask him because it's more than he asked for. And I don't know about all of you, but whenever I've negotiated and somebody gives me more than I asked for, you know what I rush to say is yes. And that's why I don't understand why Governor Evers is rushing to say no, unless it's really just a partisan stunt, which I certainly hope that's not true.
When is your bill going to be on the floor?
Well, we're trying to negotiate a deal. So that's why we didn't want to say it's got to be this exact bill, it's got to be our way and invite a veto. We're trying to get a common sense answer. So I feel like we are doing everything we can, and Wisconsinites should know we are trying to reach for the middle. We are trying to be bipartisan. We accepted his number and actually went higher than he requested. All he needs to do is accept our number to say that we believe we need tax relief that actually goes into the hands of Wisconsinites, not just into the hands of bureaucrats to spend.
You said you're hoping next week or next month if there's no deal by the end of this week?
I mean, we'll see what happens again. As I mentioned earlier today, deadlines matter, and we know that the longer that the deadline goes, the less likely it is to get a result. We're here. We're working this entire week. Like I say, he wasted 2 days already this week. I certainly hope he won't waste any more.
You said you're hoping to meet with the governor tomorrow. Do you know when that meeting is?
They have not set it up yet. We're happy to meet anytime. We asked to meet on Monday. We asked to meet on Tuesday. I'd be happy to meet Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. He just has to say yes.
Was this your last? Was this your
Thank
last
you, guys.
Tuesday?
Appreciate it. What was that?
How do you feel about gerrymandering?
What gerrymandering proposal?
He wants to tell us what she's done.
Yeah, so if you remember, we tried to negotiate a nonpartisan commission. We actually were ready to pass one, but only under the scenario that he has where it would gerrymander the Democrats' way. So I guess I'm open to listening to what his proposal is, but if it's what it was before, where it's a gerrymander under a different title, and frankly, all the Democrats across the country are rushing to gerrymander, I hope he's sincere in saying he doesn't want that, but call me skeptical.
Thanks, everyone.
Okay,
Appreciate
thanks,
it.
people.
Thank you.
15 News is streaming on all your devices. Powered by TDS. 15 News. Connected to you.